So we're gonna be brutal because a lot of these palettes I haven't touched in a long time. The first one is the Revolution and the Grinch palette. This one actually I just used in a get ready with me cozy kind of vibes video. I'm not sure if you guys watched that already. I'm sure it should already be up on my channel. Any video that I mentioned in this video I'll have linked down below. But basically you get a lot of green shades, you get some purples in here. This is such a beautiful palette and I'm definitely planning to keep this. Next palette we have here is the Beauty Creations Winter Spice palette, and yet another palette that I actually used recently, and I did a whole video on this collection. I love their lashes, their lip products in this collection are amazing. The shadow palette actually leaves something to be desired, but I'm definitely going to keep it. It is a newer addition to my collection, so yeah, keeping this. This is actually something that comes along with the Too Faced eyeshadow palette that I got a few years ago, so I think I'm just gonna keep this because it does contain some glitters and I just never know when I'm going to be back into using glitters again, so I'm going to keep it. And you do get a couple of basic shades in here as well, so it's cute and it's small, so it doesn't really take up a lot of space, so I'm keeping this. We have the Be Bella O Poppy palette. This is actually, I believe, a palette that I got in a mystery box. This one actually kind of sucks, to be honest, so this is going to be the first palette that I actually declutter from my collection. I'm not the biggest fan of this color story, and actually the formulation is just horrible, so decluttering. This is a favorite, the Beauty Bay Age of Opulence palette, and I believe this one was also limited edition, so I'm definitely keeping this. I love it. I just used it yesterday. This Revolution Dangerous Love palette, yet another one that I recently used. I think I had it in a Shop My Stash as well, so I'm definitely keeping this. I'm not the biggest fan of the actual formula, but this was a cute palette. My boyfriend did buy it for me, so definitely keeping. We have this one I just mentioned in a favorites video from Color Spell, definitely keeping this. The Wonka palette from SHEGLAM is a newer addition to my collection. I just dropped a little golden ticket, but this one's also stunning, so I'm definitely keeping this. Next we have this palette, which was actually just sent to me from Romantic Beauty, and this is the Tropics palette. Basically this is just a pinky kind of palette, so I'm definitely going to keep this. Then we have the 90s Whatever Forever palette. I just mentioned this in a favorites video, I believe, and it is a stunning palette, so I'm definitely keeping. We have this Burger palette that I haven't actually used on my channel, but like, how can I not keep this? This is so cute, so keeping this. We have a lot of like small kind of eyeshadows. We have the SHEGLAM little thing. It's like, I don't even know what it's called, but it comes with a couple of shades in here. Perfect little palette to like travel with. It comes with a little mirror in there as well, and we do also get a deeper shade. So I did get this as a gift with purchase moment, so definitely keeping this. Now, these are definitely some that I think I'm going to declutter. I have two of them. We have two of the LA Colors little eyeshadow duo or trios. I'm gonna keep the orange one just because it is a stunning color story, and it's definitely one that I would reach for versus the pinky one. So I'm going to declutter this pink one, and we're going to keep the little orange one. We have the ColourPop Hello Kitty little palette. It is a pink kind of vibe we're keeping. This is another favorite. This is the My Love Romantic Beauty palette. If you guys have been following me, I love this palette, so I'm definitely going to keep this. This is actually one that my sister gave me, the Angelica palette from Taste Beauty, I believe. The color story is not that amazing, but I'm just keeping it because my sister bought it for me. We have LA Colors, one of their newest collections, the Halo Queens collection, and this is the vampire one, and this is so beautiful. I'm definitely going to keep this for Halloween next year, and it is a newer palette to me, so we're keeping. We have a couple more LA Color palettes in here, and also they're like the small ones. I really like to keep these just in case I do like more like Dollar Tree videos or 99-cent store videos, so I think we're gonna keep both of them. We have the Too Faced Let's Play palette. I actually just purchased this from TJMAXX or Marshall, so I'm keeping this. This one is actually a gift from my boyfriend, the Pure Trolls World Tour Rock eyeshadow palette, and it has some really beautiful colors. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to use it, but yeah, I definitely have to keep this. Next we have the NK Makeup Birthday Cake palette. This one I actually purchased, I believe, last year for my birthday, and it's so beautiful. It comes with a lot of beautiful tones, and it's just gonna be like a memory of mine. I actually did a video using this palette as well, so I'm keeping. Next we have the ABH and Wet palette, also from TJMAXX or Marshalls. Also have a video on this on my channel, so I'm definitely keeping. We have this palette from the 99-cent store that I literally have never used, I've never touched, so I'm going to keep it so I could do a video on this. Next we have the Violet Voss Sweet Violet palette. This is actually one that I purchased years ago on the Ulta website, and this is so beautiful. The formula is not the greatest, but I'm keeping it. We have these. We have Come to the moment of truth. These LA Colors eyeshadow palettes I literally never touch. I only have kept them because I feel like I'm gonna do videos on them, but I literally never touch them. So I think it's that time where I have to let some of them go. These for sure have been the oldest, the ones with this type of packaging, which I actually don't have a lot of. So I'm gonna get rid of the smoky palette. Then we have Classy. This one's actually really nice, but we are keeping their nude palette. This is definitely more warm tone, so I'm gonna see. This is a maybe. We also have their Stunning palette, which looks like that. So let me see. The bottom one definitely has more oranges in it. I think I'm gonna keep both of them just because they are more neutral tones. So again, I'm gonna declutter Smoky. I'm gonna keep Stellar just because it is more of an out there kind of color story. And we might get rid of Flashy. Yeah, I never reach for this, so we're gonna get rid of Flashy and Smoky. Next we have the little Bambi collection from ColourPop's, which I have the Bambi eyeshadow palette. I'm keeping all of them. We have the Thumper eyeshadow palette, Stunning, and then we have the Flower eyeshadow palette. Keeping all of them. I love the formula, and this is also a gift from my boyfriend, so I'm keeping all of them. Then we have these three eyeshadow palettes, I believe. Oh gosh, I haven't heard from this brand in a long time. The Second Love Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes are so beautiful. But again, I haven't heard from this brand in a long time. But these eyeshadows are so beautiful. So I'm kind of like, I don't want to let them go. But I have other eyeshadow palettes that I need to use more. So I'm going to get rid of the Second Love Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes. Then we have the SHEGLAM, the Glitz List eyeshadow palette that came out last year for the holidays. I think I'm going to keep this just because of the shade here. You'll love this, which is just beautiful and shimmery. So yeah, and I think this is just a special occasion kind of palette, and I love the packaging, so I'm keeping this. We have a couple of palettes. These are all from City Color Cosmetics. They actually did send these to me, but unfortunately, like, the packaging, it's just like, I don't know. We have the orange one here. They all come with like some type of glitter in them. We have the pinky one. We have the the green one. What am I talking about? And then we have the purple eyeshadow palette. And again, they all come with that glitter in the center. I think I'm going to keep them for now. It's just good to kind of have those. Then we have the ColourPop Mint to Be palette. Oh gosh. Yeah, this is a good staple just to have in my collection as well. It's the Child palette, which is just a keep, obviously. The glitter did pop out, but these shades are just beautiful, so we're keeping that. We have the Hip Dot, the Rugrats eyeshadow palette. I believe this one was from Marshalls or TJMAXX, and this is just a stunning color story, so I'm keeping that. This one's newer to me, the ColourPop Baroque palette, and this one also has stunning colors in it. Another one we're keeping, Tinkerbell and the ColourPop collection, beautiful. Shop eyeshadow palette we just reviewed in a video, and I did a look on this palette. It's beautiful, and keeping that. This one I just did a review on my channel, the Corpse Bride from SHEGLAM collection, definitely keeping. We get into these here. So the Beauty Creations Dare to Be Bright eyeshadow palette in Bossy. This one is a couple of years old, and it kind of gives me vibes of the Be Bella formula. But we are going to keep this just because I kind of want to keep at least one of the colorful Beauty Creations palettes. And this one I'm definitely keeping. I think I also have another one in a different drawer, but this is the You Can Be Grape Shop palette. This is just a beautiful color story, but also the formulation of You Can Be is out of this world. So I'm keeping this. Now this is one that I'm thinking of getting rid of, the Queen palette from Juvia's Place. It's just like not an eyeshadow palette, and it's also not a face palette, so I don't know what to do with it, so I'm just gonna get rid of this. Next we have the Sea Color Tropical eyeshadow palette, which is actually from the 99-cent store, so we're gonna keep this. I like having 99-cent store options. We have the ColourPop Sweet Talk palette. I've wanted this palette for so long, so we're keeping. A lot of ColourPop palettes were actually a gift from my boyfriend, so I'm not going to be getting rid of them. This is the Lizzie McGuire collection. Then we have the Powerpuff Girls collection, which I actually haven't used on my channel, which I actually have to do a video on. All right, this one's actually from Amazon. I purchased it myself, the Luxasa Glamour Night eyeshadow palette, which is such a beautiful color story. So we're keeping her. This one's old, but it's a favorite. This is the Maybelline Soda Pop palette. Do you guys remember? This is literally a favorite, but I've actually hit pan on a couple of shades and I just never touch it anymore. I think the formula has changed, so we're gonna get rid of the Soda Pop palette. These two palettes here are actually extremely similar. This is the Romantic Beauty eyeshadow palette. We have some face products in here and we have some eyeshadow colors, right? Keep that in mind. Then we have this one from BH Cosmetics, and it's my Ray Ray. Comes with face palettes or face colors, and then we have their eyeshadow colors. So these two are actually extremely similar. I feel like this one here has more purples, but I actually want to keep both of them, to be honest. They're just like extremely similar. Yeah, but I never noticed this one does have purples and that one doesn't. So you know what, we're gonna keep It's My Ray Ray. I just feel like I'm gonna reach for that more versus the Romantic Beauty one. Yeah, so we are gonna get rid of this one. Then we have the ColourPop Malibu Barbie eyeshadow palette, which I think I have used on my channel. We're keeping her. And then we have the Midnight Masquerade palette, which actually won in a giveaway. And this is just so beautiful and it has all the princesses on it. We're gonna keep her as well. All right, so this is the palette that I was talking about. This is the You Can Be My Honey palette. And this one is stunning. I love the formulation of both of these palettes, so we're keeping her. We do have a couple of ColourPop palettes in here. We're gonna go through the ABH ones first. We have the Alyssa Edwards palette from ABH. It is very colorful. I love this cover. It's the only reason I purchased it. We're keeping her. Subculture. I never reach for this palette, but it's definitely one that I just want to keep just cause. Yeah. And then we have the Riviera palette, which is actually one that I purchased on my New York trip with my family. So you know what, we're gonna keep all three ABH palettes. Next we have the Wet n Wild SpongeBob palette, which is actually really beautiful. I had purchased it from Ulta Beauty and it came broken, and then I think my boyfriend purchased this one for me, and it's just really beautiful. I don't know if I use it on my channel, but we're definitely keeping her. All right, there's a couple of palettes in here that I want to declutter. First we have the e.l.f. Retro Paradise palette. We're keeping her. I don't have a lot of e.l.f. eyeshadow palettes, so we're keeping this one, but we are going to be parting ways with the LA Colors palettes. These are their 18 color eyeshadow palettes, and these are stunning, but unfortunately I never touch them. So we're getting rid of these two eyeshadow palettes. We have the SHEGLAM Rhapsody palette. This one's stunning. Unfortunately, I don't really like the formula in here. It's a little too light for me. So we're gonna part ways with this palette as well. I'm decluttering this. We have the SHEGLAM Eye Candy palette. This one is newer to me. I never reach for this, but we're gonna keep it just because it is a newer kind of vibe to my collection. But I would definitely declutter that. We have the Hint of Mint eyeshadow palette. Definitely keeping her. All right, then we hit the moment where we have a bunch of palettes that are just like packaging based, and these are all from Hot Topic. So we have the Up eyeshadow palette from Hot Topic, keeping her. And these are just like cutesy kind of palettes, that's why I keep them. The Stitch eyeshadow palette, so cute. We have the Winnie the Pooh eyeshadow palette, which would be perfect for this time of year to do a video. Oh man, this one's so old. The Belle Jordan palette from Makeup Obsession. This one's actually really nice. I just never reach for it. I don't know why. Okay, we're gonna think about it. It's gonna be on the maybe pile. From Beauty Creations, the Boho Babe palette actually came in a subscription box, or like a mystery box. We're gonna declutter her. This one I've never used, the Love Betsy by Betsy Johnson eyeshadow palette. It's just not a vibe, so we're gonna declutter her. These two are from, I think it was like Target or Walmart. From Profusion, the Harvest palette, so beautiful, 10 out of 10. And then we have the purple palette, which is the Ethereal palette, also this formula, love. So love both of these, keeping both Profusion palettes. Next we have the Red Chip Romance from SHEGLAM. This one's definitely a keep. Definitely a Halloweeny palette, love it. Then we have, what is this? Romantic Beauty Desert Cake palette. It is a dupe for the Glam Light Cake palette, and it's just beautiful. Love this. So we're keeping her. This one has to go. It's just super old. The NYX Sugar Trip Squad palette, girl, she is so old, so she's going away. As well as the Belle Jordan, I just never reach for her, so she's being decluttered as well. Then we get into more LA Colors palettes that I never reach for. We have this one, the Nude Awakening palette from Wet n Wild. This one's actually from the Dollar Tree. It's a really good Dollar Tree option, so we're keeping her. We have these SHEGLAM duos. It comes with a powder product on the top and then a shimmer on the bottom. These are new to my collection, so we're keeping all of these. There's only 4. Then we have some e.l.f. palettes, which are all over here. Let's see, I have 4, which looks like that. We have the Pumpkin Pie palette. We have this one here, Truffles. We have this beautiful one here in ACU, and then we have the Hot Jalapeno. So we're keeping all the e.l.f. palettes. And then we literally have so many LA Colors palettes that I don't need, and I don't know why I bought all of them. So we have the Cool palette. We're going to be decluttering that. We have the Bright palette, decluttering that. Sunshine, decluttering that. I'm going to keep these 2 here. They are newer in my collection, and these are also from the 99, so we're going to keep both of these. And we are going to declutter the Tropical palette because those 2 are actually 99-cent store options as well as this, but I just don't need it. I don't really love the formula in here, so we're going to declutter this. We're going to declutter, I don't want to declutter this one. Okay, we'll declutter the Rose, and we're going to keep, they're actually really similar, both nude palettes, to be honest. Yeah, we're going to declutter nude. And then we have a couple of ColourPop palettes in here. We have this, oh, definitely keeping this, the 90s Baby Sanderson Sisters eyeshadow palette. Definitely keeping this. Love the cover, but I also love the eyeshadow formula from here. And then we have this little palette from the 99-cent store as well, which is Uncommon Cosmetics Forever Smoky palette, which looks like so. I just haven't used that on my channel, but that's coming soon. And then again, we have the ColourPop palettes here. So I don't know what to do because I like having these options. We have this one here in Cashmere Forever, which is purple, a purple vibe. We have High Society, which I actually don't really love this formula here, but we're keeping her. I'm debating this pink one in Amore because it's just a little too messy for me, and the glitter, like, I just never use it. This one for sure I'm keeping, which is Ballad. So it's just this pink, but I don't want to just get rid of one, so we're gonna keep all of them. All right, so next we have the 3rd drawer in that little organizer. So we have a couple of Ebony New York palettes, which we're gonna get rid of. I honestly haven't really heard much from Ebony New York, and they haven't really been coming out with a lot of new palettes, so we do need to get rid of a couple of these. I recently purchased these little baby ones. We have their Everlasting Splendor. This one we're gonna keep. I think we're gonna keep both of them. I really love these palettes, especially this one here, and this one is Nature's Embrace. Girl, jump on the wagon. These are such an amazing formula. I love them, and I do have a couple of videos using these on my channel as well. We're gonna get rid of most of these here. We have this one here, and this one is the Golden Empire palette. So beautiful. We're gonna think about this. Next we have, what is this? Eternal Paradise. We're gonna declutter her. Then we have Goddess Treasure, more colorful vibe. We're gonna declutter her. We have one of my favorites, which is Cleopatra's Love. We're gonna keep her. Then we have this one, which is actually not a favorite, the Coral Oasis. It's just a little too light for me, so we're gonna declutter her. And I think we're gonna keep these, but I do wanna kind of like see if these are similar. Yeah, we're gonna keep both of them. Next, we're gonna get into all my Metamorphosis palettes. We have the Moo palette, which is so cute. We have their Lady Nay palette, which is also another beauty. Obviously I'm gonna keep these. The Oink palette. We have the Baba palette. Honestly, this is not a favorite, but I have to keep it. And then we have the Madame Growl palette, which is more blues. We have the Mesmerizing palette. So beautiful. I need to use this more. Then we have one of my favorite, the Lily Croaks palette, which comes with greens and blues. All right, this is actually a newer palette to me, the Jasmine palette. I love Bratz, as you guys know, so we're definitely keeping her. And I do have another Brat palette in here as well. I think 2 more, so definitely keeping her. The Conspiracy palette from Jeffree. You guys, I'm sure, know what this looks like, but this one I'm definitely keeping. It was a gift from my boyfriend, so we're keeping her. But we are decluttering the Blood Sugar palette. This actually was my sister's palette. She gave it to me. Oh man, oh my gosh, how did that happen? Yeah, this one's just too old, so we're gonna get rid of her. This one is newer to me. My boyfriend purchased this. So the Cat in the Hat. It's like literally he buys me so much makeup. We have to keep it. It's so cute. All right, we have the SHEGLAM little palette. This is a quad in Spellbound. Beautiful. Then we have another Metamorphosis palette. To be honest, I kind of forgot about this, but this is the Linda Dazzle palette. Oh yeah, the mirror came broken. This is so beautiful. We have a couple of these Revolution eyeshadow 6-pan palettes. Are they? Oh no, 9-pan palettes. This one here is the Harley Quinn. We're definitely keeping all of these. We have Harley Quinn. We have the Joker eyeshadow palette. We have the Catwoman eyeshadow palette. The Batman, which is my favorite. We have the Revolution Lion King palette. So cute. These are also from LA Colors. Okay. So this is where we get into a pickle, because these are actually kind of old, but like they're just good to have. We also have the Blueberry Blast palette. We're gonna keep all 3 of these. 2 Revolution and the Simpsons situation. This is the Treehouse of Horror Bart palette. I think it's called Bart Raven palette. And then we have the baby palette here, Maggie palette. So we're definitely keeping both of these. They're so cute. Now we're getting into the bigger palettes. This one here is also from the 99-cent store. It was $2.99. The Pearl palette, we're gonna declutter this. We have the Simpsons Revolution eyeshadow palette. So cute. Definitely keeping. We have the Clean Color, No Color, No Honey Part 2 eyeshadow palette. We're definitely keeping her. We have this Sunkissed palette from Revolution. My sister actually gifted this to me, I think for my birthday last year. Definitely keeping her. A favorite that I've forgotten about. This is the Beauty Creations Fortune Teller eyeshadow palette. So beautiful. Definitely keeping her. See, like these eyeshadow palettes, I forget about the big ones. Jaclyn Hill palette, I think was also a gift, and I wouldn't get rid of it anyway. So cute. Definitely keeping this. Now we're getting into the clear drawers. So first off, we have the Master of Fright eyeshadow palette from Hot Topic. This one is like, how can I get rid of it? I can't. So I'm gonna keep it, and it's mainly for packaging purposes because the eyeshadows in here suck, but we're keeping this. Next we have, oh my god, I haven't used this on my channel. I need to. This is the ZC and the British Museum eyeshadow palette with Alice in Wonderland in it. So cute. My boyfriend actually purchased this for me, as always. How can I show you guys without blinding you? This is so shiny. So cute. Love it. Haven't used it. Definitely need to. Next, this one's kind of old. The Wonderful Nightmare palette. I love it though. It's so beautiful. So we're going to keep it a little longer. This one I haven't used on my channel, I believe. This is a Hot Cheetos eyeshadow palette, also from Hot Topic. So we're definitely keeping her. We have the Cup of Noodles eyeshadow palette, which I actually did a video on. We're definitely keeping her too. I like the unique palettes we're keeping. They're just kind of like packaging based. So Blockbuster eyeshadows suck. They're all mattes, but we're keeping her. This one is so old. Nickelodeon eyeshadow palette. We just have to keep it. Just nostalgia vibe. So keeping her. Stitch palette, also from Hot Topic. It's just so cute, but also the formula is actually pretty good. I'm gonna link a video where I use this along with the Stitch eyeshadow brushes and stuff that I found at Hot Topic. So cute. We have the Alice in Wonderland eyeshadow palette. I think this was also a gift. Haven't used this either. I need to reach for it more. We have two Little Mermaid palettes. We have this one here, which I believe is from Box Lunch, and then we have this one as well. Love the Little Mermaid, my favorite princess. Definitely not getting rid of any of my Supreme Femme palettes. These are from Prism Makeup, and these are just such a stunning formula. I've used this so much on my channel. This is a Supreme Seductress palette. Such a good formula, and these are both on Amazon, so definitely get your hands on them. We have two of my Revolution Princess like book style palettes. These I never touch, but I cannot part with these. These are so cute. I definitely have to do a video using these because they do tend to like get stuck though. There's a look at the Little Mermaid one. Here is the other Bratz palette that I was telling you guys about, the Jade palette. This one's also so cute, definitely keeping her. We have these two palettes, which I actually plan to use for Halloween, but I just never got around to it. These are from Cara Beauty. This is called their Flower After Hours palette, which looks like so. I'm definitely keeping both of these. And then we have the Life of the Fiesta palette. So beautiful. The big Bratz palette I'm definitely keeping. I don't think I've used on my channel at all, but we definitely need to. And it comes with a big mirror as well. We have this palette, which is from Morphe and Avani Greg. I actually did use this on my channel. I did a video using this, so definitely will be linked down below, but I'm keeping this. And then we have the Avatar palette, which is actually from TJMAXX. It was $4.99, and it's just like so big, and my boyfriend did purchase this for me, so I just haven't touched it. It literally has the sleeve on it, but there's a look at the color story. And it also comes with a mirror as well. I'm definitely gonna have to declutter some from this drawer. Specifically, this is my CHRISTMASY drawer. We have a couple of these big palettes, which I actually haven't touched. This is the Self-Made palette. We have the Moonstone palette, and then we have the Color My World palette. So we're gonna keep all three of these big eyeshadow palettes, but I definitely have to get rid of a couple of the small ones. So we have, let's see, like these, I think I'm gonna get rid of. The Amuse Glam on the Go. Decluttering this. We're going to part ways with these Amuse palettes here, even though they're really good. I just have those big palettes from CHRISTMASY, so decluttering these two. This one is definitely a favorite. This one's in the maybe pile. This one I'm decluttering, another Amuse palette. This one also decluttering. We have these here. These are their quads, so this was part of their Flower Child collection. We have 4 of them. We have the blue one, the pink one, the green, and the purple. These are definitely a maybe. These for sure I'm keeping. These are the Sakura Season palettes. These are new, so I'm keeping these 3. I have a couple of their smaller palettes, which are also from the Sakura Season collection, which we are keeping all of them because again, they're new. We have a couple of these other quads, which look like that. Let's see. We have 4 of those. I think I'm gonna keep them because these are also new and I haven't used them on my channel, so we're keeping all 4 of these, and these are from their Fairy Garden collection. All right, Amuse palettes, we're decluttering both of these, even though I really like the green one, but I just don't need them. Let's see, this is hard. I don't know why this is in here. This is the LA Colors eyeshadow palette, a little eyeshadow trio that actually came in my LA Colors advent calendar, so we're keeping her. These quads, these are part of their Orbit eyeshadow collection. You know what, like a lot of their little collections I'm gonna keep just because I literally purchased all of them for a reason, so we're gonna keep them all. We're keeping all of these little Pawpaw eyeshadow quads as well. We have a couple of, okay, Amuse palette. This one I literally purchased. So we look at the stickers like all crooked. So we could do a smoky look, but no, we're gonna declutter. These, which are actually a favorite. I love them to travel with. I don't like every single one, but we're gonna keep them anyway. All of these little ones, they're so cute. We have the one in Sunday Afternoon. This one's a favorite in Depresso. Oh, these are from the Sunday Afternoon collection. So definitely keeping these. We have one more of the Sakura Season eyeshadow palette, and we have a couple of these little ones. So these come with like other shades in here, but do I really need these? I think I'm gonna depart with these magnetic palettes. We have 2 of them, Date Night and Love Child. Yeah, because these are actually really beautiful. I kind of want to keep them. Let's just keep them. All right, guys, so we're down to the last drawer. Crazy. We flew by. We flew through this video. At least it feels like that. I don't know how it's gonna feel when I'm editing, but yeah. So we have 3 of the LA Colors What's the Tea eyeshadow palettes. We have the Matcha Mix palette, we have the Berry Blend palette, and then we have the Chai Latte palette. We're keeping all 3 of these. We have the Glam Light Kisses Lava Cake palette, which is actually new to my collection. Looks like so. I actually did a video on this on my channel, and it was from Marshalls or TJMAXX. It was like $4.99 or something, so we're keeping her. We have a couple of small palettes. We have the Hot Cheetos Riley Rose eyeshadow palette, which we're keeping forever. We have 2 of the Reese's collection from Hip Dot. I love these, so we're keeping both of these, and they smell like chocolate. We have the white chocolate one as well. Keeping both of these. So cute. I love the packaging. We have the W7 Notification palette, which actually looks like a dupe for, I believe it was the Too Faced palette that they have. This is a beautiful color story. I don't see myself reaching for this, to be honest, but it's just so beautiful. We're gonna keep her a little longer. We have the Naked from Urban Decay Naked Heat. I completely forgot I have this palette, so we have to reach for her more. We have, oh my gosh, I forgot I had this palette too. This is actually from the 99-cent store, and it's just extremely old. If you were here in the beginning of my channel, I think I've been on YouTube for about 2 years now, just like filming and doing makeup looks and everything. Literally, this was in the beginning of my channel. So we're gonna declutter her. Another palette that I forgot about, the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. This is so beautiful. We're keeping her. We have the Espresso Yourself from Beauty Creations. I am departing with this palette. It's just too old and I'm not gonna reach for it, so we're decluttering. Another palette I forgot about, the Prestige palette from C Color. It is a dupe for the Modern Renaissance. We're keeping her. I like having different options for different brands. We have the BH Sweet Shop Pistachio palette, another one I forgot about. We're keeping her. We have 2 of the Pure and Barbie palettes. We're keeping both of them. We have Round 2, and then we have the Round 1 palette. A lot of people didn't really like this palette. I love it, so we're keeping her. We have the Solstice palette. I forgot about this palette actually. This is also from Color Spell, which is the same brand that we have. The little round palette that I talked about earlier is from. We're gonna declutter her. Yeah, I never touch it. We have the Jack palette from Revolution. I completely forgot about this as well, so we're keeping her. We have Elf and Chipotle. I'm telling you, a lot of these palettes I haven't touched in years. We're obviously keeping the Chipotle palette. We have, oh my gosh, this one's so old. We're decluttering the Beauty Creations Seduce Me palette. We are obviously keeping the Mercury Retrograde palette from Huda Beauty. Actually got it on sale for like half off on Ulta or Sephora. I don't know where it was, but yeah, keeping her. Oh, I almost put in the declutter pile, girl. The Throwback palette from 90s Baby Cosmetics. They no longer sell makeup. This one's kind of difficult. This one's so cute. I think we're gonna keep her a little longer. We have this one, which actually I haven't used on my channel, I believe. The Carb Babe Yummy in My Tummy eyeshadow palette. So stunning. Keeping her. We have the Murillo Twins and Beauty Creations palette. Beautiful. I don't really love the color story in here, but we're keeping it anyway. We have this one. This one is a newer palette to me from Be Bella, the Wild Behavior palette. It's just so stunning, so we're keeping it. Too Faced Holiday palette. I think this one came out like 2 years ago, but the formula in here is just so stunning, and I love the color story. I love the finishes in here. We're keeping it. We have a couple more to go. So we have the Too Faced Teddy Bear palette. This is actually a birthday gift that I definitely need to reach for a little more. We have the Dominique Cosmetics Berries and Cream eyeshadow palette. I think this one was also on sale sometime last year, so we're keeping it. We have, oh, we actually have a couple in my what happened to the other one? I think this one was in my Shop My Stash. I think it actually is the other one that goes along with this Chroma Zone collection from SHEGLAM. It's actually my Shop My Stash, so obviously I'm keeping this and the other palette. And thankfully I like both of the ones in my Shop My Stash, so we don't have to go through those. But last but not least, the Sandia palette from City Color. Beautiful. Definitely keeping this. I feel like we have a couple missing, but those are the 3 drawers that were left. So I'm gonna check. I think I have a couple more eyeshadow palettes in a different location. I'll be BRB. Alright, so these are a couple of the palettes I actually haven't filmed with. I'll show you guys real quick so you guys are not surprised when you guys see them in like a collection video or something. We have the INVADER Zim eyeshadow palette. This one is from Hot Topic, and I am going to do a video, oh gosh, using this palette tomorrow, so that's definitely a keep. Sometimes like you buy palettes and then you'd never use them. We have the GRINCH palette from City Color. We're definitely keeping her, and I think I'm just going to start adding them to my collection already. I'm just going to put them in my drawers. A couple of the Taste Beauty eyeshadow palettes here. We have the Nerds palette, which looks like so. They still have the clear cover on them. We have this Cinnamon Toast eyeshadow palette that looks like so. And then we have the Lucky Charms, which I actually did a video hauling these in my Big Lots haul. If you want to watch that, it's going to be linked down below. We have those 3. We have 2 palettes that my boyfriend actually gifted to me for like Christmas, but like early Christmas. So I might get like more eyeshadow palettes for Christmas, which obviously I'm filming this before that. So this is the one that he purchased for me. This is the Revolution Water eyeshadow palette, which looks like so. And then he also purchased this one for me, which is the Lion King eyeshadow palette. I showed you guys the small one that I have with Simba on it. There's a look at that eyeshadow palette. Looks like so. Also still has a clear cover on it. So we're gonna keep her. Obviously we're keeping all of the new ones. I am gonna toss the boxes for those, and then obviously this one I'm gonna do a video on it tomorrow. And then we have this, which actually was a gift from my you know, somebody I work with. So this is the Disney Ulta Beauty collection situation, so we are going to do a video on this. So it is a little eyeshadow palette in there. So this one I'm not going to throw in my collection right now, but we are going to do a video using this as well. Okay guys, so these are all the eyeshadow palettes that I am going to be keeping. It definitely is it's a lot, okay? But I love eyeshadow collector. So that's everything that we're keeping, but I also did get rid of quite a bit. Let me count them up. So this is a bag of palettes that we're getting rid of. I honestly don't feel like counting them. Let me just do that. Just give me a second. So we're getting rid of about 40 eyeshadow palettes here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show my sister the palettes, maybe my mom, and see if any of them want these, because I honestly don't. So 40 I think is a good number. I am definitely keeping a lot, but I also do love my eyeshadow palettes. So a lot of them are like packaging based, not really eyeshadow based. Maybe in a future video I'll get rid of them, but so far I think we did pretty good. So let me know your thoughts down below. I'm out of breath. That was a lot of talking, and we made it to the end. See you in my next video. Bye.